Is that my good side? Hey guys, it's Friday, 8:30 in the morning, and what better way to celebrate a Friday than by going comic book shopping? I spend a lot of time on this channel talking about different comics and different stories and stuff like that, and in order to do that, that requires me to buy a lot of stories. So I want to invite you guys today, if you would, please join me as I go to Vintage Stock off Quinvero Road in Shawnee Mission, Kansas, to buy some comics and hunt for some comics. And it's gonna be fun. We don't know what we're gonna find, so let's go.
널 보고 있으면 막히 baby 너를 위한 멜로디 yeah. 네가 뮤즈니까 잘 들어봐 play it 널 보고 있으면 막히 baby 너를 위한 멜로디 yeah. 네가 뮤즈니까 잘 들어봐 play it 널 닮은 멜로디
So guys, this is one of my favorite places to come and shop for comics. This Vintage Stock in particular. This one always has great selections of stories, old and current. And I like it because everything is organized, everything is clean. Honestly, I could spend hours in here. I have spent hours in here actually, just looking for comics, and I've never looked for anything in particular. Just whatever looks good. You know, they say to never judge a book by its cover, but honestly, like this one right here, That's all I do when looking at comics. I always judge books by their cover. And if I like how they look, I'm getting it. Oh man. Look at this one. Shadow of the Bat, number 511. 0 Hour. 0 Hour. That's a key issue right there. 0 Hour was a epic, fantastic crossover event that happened in the 90s that dealt with numerous futures and alternate timelines. Stories like this was the true multiverse of madness. 0 Hour was the real No Way Home, if you will. You know, a lot of people look at the MCU, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, or Spider-Man No Way Home when dealing with the multiverse. But DC was actually first in tackling Maverick time anomaly stories. And in my opinion, it was stories like this in 0 Hour that paved the way for awesome stories like this in the MCU. There were 0 Hour stories where Superman's real parents came to take him home, their world Krypton never died, the Flash got sucked through time. There's even a story where Barbara Gordon never was crippled. Batman and Robin found themselves in an alternate timeline where Barbara Gordon was never a crippled. She's still Batgirl, and actually it was Commissioner Gordon that got shot and killed by the Joker. These are really great, interesting stories. But this one, I really like this one. Batman and Robin meet an alternate version of Alfred Beagle, who was Bruce Wayne's original butler when he first came out in 1943's issue Batman number 16. He's fat, he's clumsy, and all he wants is to be a detective and work with Batman. I like it. This is a version of Alfred from a much more campy, silly, colorful world of Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder. And now he's been transported in a much more darker, realistic, serious world with the Dark Knight and his partner. The real Alfred we're used to seeing, Alfred Pennyworth, wasn't actually in this story because he had quit. And that's a whole nother story. But yeah, this one, definitely getting this one right here. I'm excited. I used to have this one. John Carter. Is that his name? The fake Captain America, the U.S. agent. Definitely getting these.
Oh, I wonder if
you see this? I never saw this before.
I want to see if they got his old books that he made.
He's about like chapter books. I'm saying.
Do you know what I'm talking about? He has chapter. Oh,
that's
when I was a kid.
I'm saying I didn't know he did comic books.
I didn't either. That's pretty cool.
I'm getting some of these.
That's pretty cool.
So these are some of the comics that I'm getting, but look at this one, y'all. 1987 December, Superman, let's see, number 12. I don't know what this story is about, but I'm getting it just because of the way it looks. It looks too cheesy and too romantic not to get. 1987, that was a good year. And obviously, this looks like it's Lois Lane in a wheelchair. I don't know what's going on, but I gotta get this one. I got to. And then I also found this one, which I really like. New Avengers number 3 from 2013. the Illuminati comic. This is one I talked about kind of last season when I was talking about an incursion, what would happen if an incursion with the MCU. And Marvel comic readers will recognize this one because this one is what I would call the key issue. This is the one where Captain America got his memory wiped. The Illuminati go to extreme lengths to prevent an incursion, and they build a doomsday weapon to wipe out another universe, but Captain America isn't going for that. I'm not going to get too much in detail about this one because this is one that I want to do a review over, more in-depth review, but I love the artwork. The artwork is beautiful, and this is one of my favorite panels right here. This right here. So the Illuminati puts the Infinity Gauntlet back together again to try to prevent the incursion, and by doing that, I love this part right here. When the Infinity Gauntlet is back together, that signals threats around the universe. We see the Watcher, who he's not really a threat, but it signals him. We see Galactus, and of course, Thanos on Titan. It's like that's just tight. They put the gauntlet back together again, and it's like all the threats out there. They realize that the power is back. It's pages like this that really make comics like this enjoyable, because this right here, this is cinematic, and especially with Thanos on the end looking back, tell me that doesn't remind y'all of the first Avengers movie when we first saw Thanos and he looked back towards the camera. They probably got this from that, I don't know, but that has always been my favorite page, because it's like they put the gauntlet back together, so it's like trouble is coming out. Definitely getting this one too. I'm getting all these comics. So much for mortgage payments. Oh, hold on. Task Force. Thor versus Hulk. Yeah. Man, I had to get out of there. I almost caused a riot. But here are the books I bought, guys. I'm really excited to read these. First of all, I'm really excited to read these two. I did not know that Stephen King did comic books, and I love Stephen King stories, so I'm excited to read those, and I have no doubt that they're going to be good as well as scary. I got a lot of Punisher comics. A lot of Punisher and a lot of Superman. I'm really excited to read those Punisher stories. I love the Punisher. And that one right there, that's Alex Ross artwork. Easily spotted. Maybe the book isn't the Alex Ross story, but that cover, that's Alex Ross right there. That's undeniable. That's why I got that one. Superboy, I don't have any Superboy comics, but I just liked how that looks, and you can tell it's old too, so decided to get that. Had to get that one. And the rest of these are all after the death of Superman. I don't have any of these stories. Funeral for a Friend. I have the Death of Superman comic, but this is what happened afterwards. How his death impacted not only Metropolis, but the world, as well as the Justice League. And actually, I heard in one of these stories, President Bush was in here giving a speech about what Superman meant to the world. So I'm excited to read that one. These all look really good. And of course, a Daredevil comic. This one looked really good. I'm not even gonna lie, I recently got into Daredevil with the TV show, the Netflix series, and ever since then, I've been looking for good Daredevil comics. I don't want to get anything old. I really want to get stuff that looks like this. I may get some back issues, but for right now, I'm collecting the new stuff because, like, it's like covers like this remind me of the Netflix series, and I just could tell that this is going to be good. Frank Miller took over Daredevil. He made it what it is. So, but yeah, guys, I'm really excited to read these, hopefully review some of these on the channel, And I want to thank you guys for joining me. This was a really fun video to make, and there are going to be a lot more videos like this in the future, so that's going to be fun. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.
I'm calling it now, I'm calling it now, I'm calling it now. You'll find love with me somehow, yeah, somehow. I'm calling it now. In the summers we let the top down, soak up the light.